Okay. Megan. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started for the meeting. Thank you all for being here. We, of course, had just a wonderful presentation earlier about the Boulevard and Parkway standards, and excited about working on that project going forward and getting that right for our city and Parks and Rec Department as well. With that said, we're going to get started here on the agenda. First order of business are the minutes from our previous meeting on September 9th. Is there a motion to accept the minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Yes, sir.
Weren't you at the meeting?
Was I at the meeting? Yes.
No. John Paul's not on there. Can you add Dave before Mecklenburg? Thank you. That's it.
Good catch. You just got Mecklenburg yourself, and the entire family was here, I suppose. Okay, and with those amendments to that, is there? Everybody's good. All right, so with that, is there a motion to accept plus with those recommendations? You want to go ahead and?
So moved.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, very good. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, very good. Minutes are approved. Resolution number 30293.
Yes, Commissioners, we have before you a memorandum of agreement with the Greg Clyce Community Center Advisory Committee. Had a pre-board presentation on this a couple of weeks ago, and I know we have several representatives from that organization here with us today, and we're glad to have them in attendance. And Terry, you going to take this?
I am. Yeah, thank you very much. I'd just like to introduce Wayne Snyder. He's the president of the advisory committee. He was not available to meet with us the other day, but he did want to say a few words today. And the only other thing I would say is thank you to everybody who came out again today. I have enjoyed working with this group for the last few months and really look forward to great things coming. So with that, Wayne, thank you.
Thank you, Terry. How you guys doing today?
All right, how are you?
Very well,
Good to see
thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for approving our resolution, our MOA. I'd also like to thank the staff, Terry Reinhardt, Linda Miles, I guess she's not here today, and Mindy Valens. We started this process back in February of 2014. Wait a minute, we started this process back in 2008, believe it or not, really. We tried to get this organization off the ground back then, but we've been pretty active. But this is the year that we formally came together, stayed together, and got this resolution done. And I want to thank you guys, the commissioners, that is, as well as staff for helping us get it done. Since we've started, there's been there's been a member, a founding member that passed away. His name was Sam Lacey. Sam was a member of the Kansas City Kings. Sam was always there. He was always the first one there with regard to this organizing committee. So in his memory, I'd like to recognize him today and his beginning efforts to get this committee off the ground. There's also one of the members, Regina St. John, who's battling pancreatic cancer, who can't be here today, but her commitment to this committee and trying to make a difference should also be recognized. Our goal at the Greg Clyce Community Center is to add value to the center, not only from a youth perspective, but from the seniors and those in between. I'd like to thank many of the members that came here today. Margaret Heron, Sarita Gentry, Calvin Wainwright, Tina Worth, and Sharon Jones. These people have been very committed in making sure we got this committee off the ground. What I like to say in closing, Sam always said, when we were putting this together, he always said, just don't talk about it, just do it. So our committee is about getting the job done, and our theme is to add value to the Greg Clyce Community Center. So you will be hearing from us again. It'll be good things coming out of that community center. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We really appreciate everything that you and your fellow members of the community have been doing for us. Thank you all. We really appreciate it. We
Thank you very much.
always like hearing about the great stuff our staff are doing. We know that that they do, and it's also great to see citizens like yourselves being so involved with our community centers and our parks board. So, thank you so much.
Yeah, and we'll probably clear out now, so it'll probably be half your audience.
No, stick around. There's such exciting stuff on the
Yeah,
docket.
sure.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I think we have
I'd
another
like to
comment.
make one other comment to thank you for your hard work. We've found out over the years that we've been here on the commission is that when the community takes ownership in one of our parks or one of our community centers, it enhances its ability to function, and we appreciate that, and we really have an undying gratitude for that commitment. So thank you very much. We really mean it.
Thank you. All right, good deal.
Okay, with that, is there a motion to approve the resolution? Yes. you
I
wanna
did
say
make
this?
a couple of, just to the MOU, there were a couple of typographical and definitions that just needed to be cleaned up, so I gave those to Terry.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So would you like to go ahead and make the motion? since
With those
you know-
changes,
with
yes,
those
make a
changes?
motion to approve.
All right, the motion is seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Motion
you.
approved. Thank you so much.
you.
Once again. On to the next order of business, resolution number 30294 regarding the Platte County Sports Commission.
Yes, Commissioners, by board action back in August of last year, the board did approve the establishment of the Platte County Sports Commission. The item before today is to add two members to that commission, Mr. Ken Brown and Mr. Chris Sigamorton, both, of course, Platte County residents actively involved in youth sports. The resolution was done last week by the Platte County Commission, and these two gentlemen were appointed at that time, and then the follow-up action would be for your board to endorse the approval of these two gentlemen for the Sports Commission.
Okay. Is there any questions, comments? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's been motion seconded. Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 30295.
Yes, Commissioners, you have before you a recommendation, fees and charges for the Kansas City Museum. Anne Marie put a memo together and outlines the details of those. Anne Marie, of course, is here if you have any questions. We did have a few questions early on in the workshop, Anne Marie, and I'm not, did Commissioners get their questions all answered at that time as far as what we're charging and how we're charging? I do know these go through the end of the year, and then we'll be revisiting them at that time.
Yeah, these all go through the end of December,
Okay.
and then we'll start to look towards next year and what we'll charge for programs and rentals, especially taking into consideration the restoration and rehab projects that we'll have going on.
Do you anticipate any significant change come for next year as of right now, or just,
No, I don't, actually. I think that we'll remain pretty steady,
all right?
making sure that our programs are as affordable and accessible as possible.
Any
Yeah.
proposed new programs that possibly might be added to this list next year?
Definitely. We're going to have probably 3 exhibitions next year, and then attendant programs with those exhibitions. We're also looking at the possibility of perhaps a summer camp program and some after-school program offerings.
Great. Exciting.
Okay.
Any other questions? Is there a motion to approve the resolution and the new fee schedule?
So moved.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 30296.
Yes, Commissioner, this is a maintenance agreement with Missouri Highway Transportation Department. A couple of years ago, there was 2 roundabouts built at the intersection of Briarcliff Parkway and Highway number 9. And this agreement deals with the maintenance at that location. The memo spells out the specific details of that related to the road surface and the sidewalks. And then there's a detailed agreement attached to that puts some more document pages together to explain all this. And keeps it simple, I guess. Decker's here if you got any questions.
Do you understand it?
Wait for the microphone. Yes, after much discussion with MoDOT, I do understand it. So I can explain it real briefly if you'd like. So no, it's basically MoDOT enhanced their project on their property by building these sidewalks that connect each side of Briarcliff Parkway on both sides of their property, and they're wish to enter into an agreement with us to maintain those sidewalks. So, and we're already responsible for the snow removal on Briarcliff Parkway, so it makes sense to just go ahead and plow that couple 100 feet there too, so.
Very good.
That's much simpler, thank you.
That's much simpler. You're welcome.
That's a
It took me a while to get to that, get it simplified to that, so.
lot of words to say. All right.
Okay.
Very good. Any questions? Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second? Motion seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution number 30297.
Yes, Commissioners, this is a use agreement, facility license agreement with Fat Man Rowdy Enterprises to conduct a hockey program up at Line Creek Community Center. You have a memo in your packet from Nero Reeves, and he's here if you have any questions.
Are there any questions of Fernando? Now, do you want to tell us a little bit about the agreement, sir?
Okay. Fat Man Rowdy, interesting name, of course, is our partner in providing the hockey league up at Line Creek. He's been doing it for a little while now, and it provides 4 different levels of hockey. They use the alphabet A, B, C, D. They work with us on their prime time and non-prime time hours, and actually a big chunk of our ice operations up there. So right now, what I brought forward is an agreement that carries us through May 31st of next year. And
This is the adult league?
this is the adult league, correct.
Okay.
Any other questions? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 30298.
Yes, Commissioners, this is a liquor license consent for a bar called the H Bar, which is at the Crown Center Hotel area, or the Crown Center Shop area, I believe it is. We recommend the board's consent approval on this. If you have any questions, Denise is here. We did have one question. Is this tied into the new Hall store?
I think that what I was told is that when they took out the whole store, they wanted to make a space that would be sort of a standalone space. When they took out the Halls store, they wanted to make a standalone space that would serve food and beverages. And they said that for the most part, it would be open during the day and not because of the location. It wouldn't necessarily be a night spot.
Okay.
Maybe like how Nordstrom has a cafe type of thing.
Correct, that's what I think they were thinking about.
Yeah, and where they just serve some sort of wine and beer bottle. Okay, great. Thank you. Is there any questions? Any other questions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 30299.
Yes, Commissioner, this is change order number 4 with National Streetscape. We have a memo from Travis that outlines the scope of work. A couple locations on Cleaver Boulevard, Ward Parkway, the Kaboom Playground, the project area. Recommend approval. Again, if you have any questions, Travis is here to answer them.
Any questions of Travis regarding this resolution? Very straightforward. All right, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is seconded. All right, any further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 30300.
This, Commissioners, is change order number 7 with D&D Custom Construction. There again, that middle paragraph spells out the detail for the $91,000. I will mention the part of this money is going for the repair of the cobblestones up on Case Park. That's around the Lewis and Clark sculpture up there, statue. And then the other locations, Camp Lake of the Woods and on Ward Parkway. Again, if you have any questions, Travis is here to answer those.
All right, any questions, Travis? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is seconded. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution number 30301.
Yes, Commissioners, this is contract amendment number 4 with SNA Contracting. The fourth paragraph there pretty much explains that we're just looking at time only on this one. There's no money involved. Again, if you have any questions, Travis is here to answer them.
Okay. Any questions? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution number 30302.
Yes, Commissioners, this is change order number 3, Blue Moon Hauling. The scope of work here is all up at Garney Park. It's a entry road and a parking lot, which is a much-needed improvement. We'll be working on a trail up there, but this gives you good access to the park. It's in change order number 3. Again, Travis is here if you have any questions. Recommend approval.
Any questions? All right, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved. Second.
Motion is seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 30303.
Yes, Commissioner, change order number 1 with Mega Industries, Marlboro Park, and the Community Center parking lot, combined package. And this is change order number 1 for $8,400 with Mega Industries, and completes the project then by the end of October of this year. And again, if you have any questions, Travis is here, and I think Heidi's going to mention a little something about this in her report as well.
Okay, great. Any questions for Travis in regards to this change order? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? Signify by saying
Aye.
Beat you. Director's report.
Travis, major construction, please.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Should have a handout in front of you regarding the citywide playground improvements. Erica Flad, one of our new LAs, she's the project manager on this. This contract is with Mega Industries. You heard their name on the Marlboro projects as well, and done a lot of work with them. This installation of these playgrounds, this was a $470,000 project, and final completion should be October 4th. Right now, we're in the process. Everything has been installed. We're working through punch lists on the various playgrounds for installation, everything from mulch, replacing some of the mulch or safety surfacing that had been silted in and so forth during the construction process, and grading, seeding, that sort of thing, punch list items typical on any construction project. The 10 locations at these 17 playgrounds were installed include Clayton, Crestview, Davidson, Inglewood, Parade, Roanoke, Hibbs, Blue Hills, Sunnyside, and Ruskin Way Parks. So, any questions on the?
I feel like I'm becoming a connoisseur of playground equipment, and this stuff all looks great. My husband and I took the kids down to Roanoke, and there was another family there that, lives in the neighborhood and was just so appreciative and so thankful of the way that it was placed, and they felt like it was really thoughtful and everything. So kudos on this project.
Fantastic feedback. Appreciate it. One other item I'd like to mention, we made an announcement the end of July or first meeting in August about Steve Abbott retiring and so forth. So that position has been filled. Our new park senior planner is Richard Allen. And many of you have met Richard here before and so forth. And Richard brings 23 years experience in park and park planning with him. So it's a good opportunity for Richard, and a fantastic opportunity to have him on board here. So we look forward to him filling that position, and we'll be looking for a backfill for his old position. So thank you.
Great, thank you.
I will comment, neighborhood involvement, Hibbs Park, I'm so glad to see a completion of a playground there, because we've had an undying dedication of an individual in the neighborhood for improvements to that park. And I want her to know that her input has been appreciated over the years, and hopefully this will help her along in her appreciation of what we try to do.
And I don't know if you've driven by there recently, but the playground is in, but Scott Overbay is project manager on that project. They're also putting in a new shelter down there, so that project to be underway before long. So it's going to completely change what that corner down there looks like, so.
Great, thank you.
Heidi?
Good afternoon. Coming down, I guess, from a really busy summer and beginning of September, we had the Brush Creek Art Walk this past couple weeks, the opening of Swope Soccer Village, which was fantastic. I think we've all done all this since we met last. It's all a big kind of blur. But anyway, we're busy working on the fall and winter program guides and updating the website to include all of the new programming that was introduced at the last board meeting and approved. Our website, I put the website statistics for the month of August in here, and as expected, they're down a bit because in July we had done so much promotion for National Parks and Recreation Month with some paid advertising and paid promotion. So our web visits were down just about 2,000, as were some of the other decreases from direct visitors, external visits, social media, which makes sense. Like I said, it's good and bad. It proves that what we did worked. And still our numbers are immensely higher than they were the previous month, June, even in August, and then last year for certain. So the top visited page in August is interesting. It was actually the Ethnic Enrichment Festival's calendar listing page. So that's the first time that an actual event has been the top visited page on our site. So that was kind of exciting. Some of the things we have going on, as you know, that fountain exhibit is still at the Buttonwood Gallery. It has been extended by a day, the online auction and the gallery exhibit. They are going to have an event, maybe this Friday evening. Again, kind of a closing event and last chance to purchase one of the paintings at the Buttonwood or online at kcfountains.com. This past weekend, we had the WOW School in Swope Park, which was a great chance for families to camp out up at Camp Lake of the Woods. I believe we had 126 participants, so that was a big deal. We also had a garden fair at Loose Park, Truckapalooza went on at Parade Park, and that was a cool event with all the big trucks and got a lot of positive feedback. I know, at least social media-wise, the people who attended really enjoyed it. So that was cool. And Carol Green and Terry, I think, put that together along with Mindy at the community center, and the whole city, actually. They were out in force. I don't know if any of you made it by, but I've never seen so many trucks. And it was pretty cool. I wish I was a little boy. But anyway, tomorrow I wanted to let you know that the J.C. Nichols Fountain will be dyed gold in recognition of childhood cancer awareness. It'll be dyed gold for 2 days. They'll have signage out there stating as such, as well as tomorrow at 10 o'clock they're going to be doing a ceremony where they'll be laying flowers down in memory of children who have passed away from childhood cancer. So it should be a little bit of a media event there tomorrow. We have Wine and Roses at Loose Park on Thursday evening. And then on Friday evening is the actual reception and awards ceremony for the Brush Creek Art Walk. We did have 67 artists participate in it, so it was really cool. So there's a lot of paintings that are going to be hung. It's a juried exhibit, so not every painting makes it in. Not every artist makes it in, but they do submit their works to be judged to be included. I think they have somewhere about 60 or so paintings that will be hung at Bruce R. Watkins through October the 24th. But Friday night is the reception, so if any of you might be able to be there to represent Parks and say good things about the event, and thank Ann Garney, of course, a former commissioner who does actually do a bunch of work to make this happen. It will be Friday night at the Bruce R. Watkins Cultural Heritage Center from 5 to 7:30. The actual awards ceremony is at 6. So, and then we have another art exhibit coming up on First Friday. You'll see there, and these were the paintings that were painted during the Quick Paint contest at the Big Picnic back in July. So that'll be part of a First Friday exhibit on October the 3rd at MWE, who was the sponsor of the Quick Paint event. And then we have Run for the Penguins coming up on Sunday, October the 5th. Did you want to participate in that?
Maybe so.
Okay. Nonetheless, would you like to show up at the awards ceremony? It's at the zoo, yes. And represent parks at the awards ceremony. We're also needing somebody to do that. Are you going to run?
Probably.
Okay. So we'll work that out. Just let us know.
Yeah.
You got to train for that half marathon.
I know.
So.
Yeah.
And then in October, we have a couple playground builds and playground opening and celebration. We have the Shoal Creek Parkway TIF anniversary coming up. And then, as Mark mentioned about the Marlboro Community Center parking lot and shelter, that had been moved and changed from a groundbreaking to a ribbon cutting because the project was moving along so quickly. Well, between trying to schedule everyone, the council people, the project kind of got way ahead. So we're going to be doing a ribbon cutting on November the 5th at 1:30. So that's what I have.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Public hearing, nobody signed up. Let's go ahead and calendar review.
Yeah, see if there's anything, looking at the rest of the month of September, we're kind of wrapping up on that. And Friends of Zoo Board meeting today at 4 o'clock. And then we're back here to our board meeting on the 4th of, let me see, we're October, there's October. The 7th of October. Lake County Parks lunch. Friends of the Zoo, their annual board meeting is on the 22nd, so it's kind of back to a Wednesday. And then Starlight has a board meeting on the 23rd. And then Heidi mentioned this TIF anniversary. We're kind of working on an invitation list on that right now. Carmen's working on that, and Heidi's planning the event. The Shoal Creek TIF, if you're familiar with TIFs, they're 23 years. This is the 20th year of it, and feel like it's been one of the most successful TIFs in the metropolitan area, so it's worthy of having an anniversary celebration, or I guess a birthday party, is another way you can say it. And that covers it pretty well. We would also like to have McLean come back to a future board meeting
Yeah, that's great.
and officially recognize her for the time she spent on the board. And that's probably in 2 weeks, if not 2 weeks, 4 weeks. And they're again officially recognizing for her efforts on the park board.
So should we say all the bad stuff about her now at this board meeting, so that way when she comes to the next? Okay,
Yes.
So she can decide whether she really wants to come back or not.
This has been great.
We'll look forward to it. And we-
I'm excited for her and her.
Yeah, we are very excited for her. She's in a great spot working for Mayor James, and she'll be an excellent addition to his team. And we kind of joked the other day with a few members of the staff. You know, Hinaro used to work in the mayor's office. Roosevelt used to work in the mayor's office, and so we're kind of into, this is kind of like free agency in the sports world. Around, so.
There you go. That's nice. Okay, anything else? Good. With that, meeting is adjourned.
Okay, guys.